What is up, guys? I hope you are having a beautiful day. It is hot here. It's funny, I just made a video yesterday about heat and anxiety and how it can trigger you and everything like that. So if you deal with that, or if you haven't seen that video after you watch this one, go check out yesterday's video. It'd be a very good watch for you. But yeah, I've been doing some yard work, some weed eating, things that were pretty much, felt like anyways, impossible back whenever I was going through my anxiety. I was too nervous to do things and to work myself up. And I guess to piggyback off of that, like today, I just really want to talk about how rough things would get outside of the obvious of like not being able to sleep and having panic and health anxiety, just like what I felt like I would have done to get rid of it, because it'll make you desperate. But it's so funny, there's things that we won't hold ourselves accountable for. But like if I could like put my arm right here, you know, on a platform right there, and just snap it in half. You know, I've broken my arm, I've snapped my arm in half before. It was not really a fun experience, obviously. But if I could have had that happen and not deal with what I dealt with day in and day out, not getting sleep, missing out on things and everything like that. Back then even, like, it's not just me thinking about this today. Back then I would have been like, snap my arm. I don't want to deal with this other crap anymore. I'll take the cast, it'll heal. I just want to be able to freaking drive to the store. I just want to be able to be around my friends. I want to be able to relax and have a barbecue with my friends in the summer, even though it's hot. You know, I want to be able to sit still and watch a movie or go to a movie theater, heaven forbid. You know, that's how desperate I felt like I was. Of course, that would be a quick fix, right? You do that, there's pain involved and everything like that, but like, it's kind of a quick fix. You would think that that would have made me desperate to do the things that I needed to do to actually get out of it. But the problem with that, and a lot of the issues you guys are having, is that it brings out the symptoms more. And that's why this thing is so hard to get out of. You know, we will do something that somebody else would be like, what the hell? Especially if they don't know what anxiety's like. They'd be like, break your freaking arm? What the hell? It's like, yeah, go through what I go through every single day. Not getting any sleep. Every time I fall asleep, I jolt awake. You know, nonstop. Nonstop feeling like you're on the verge of cardiac arrest. Nonstop feeling like you're on the verge of having a seizure. Waking up with shakes like you're withdrawing from something. You know, having to figure out medications if you want to take them, if you don't. If you do want to take them, you got to figure out the dosage. Is this a side effect of the medication, or is this my anxiety? Am I paranoid about the medication? So is that why I'm feeling this? That debacle. Not being able to go to the freaking grocery store, not being able to hang out with friends, not being able to do those things. You know what I mean? Dealing with these symptoms day in and day out. Constantly feeling like you're going to have a heart attack. Constantly worrying about, and even whenever I got past the heart anxiety and stuff like that, I still have a cloud that would just follow me wherever I went, like, because I graduated to like fearing cancer and things like that. So, which was a better place, honestly, to be in, if I'm going to tell the truth, dealing with that versus thinking that I'm dying of a freaking heart attack every single day. But that's what it's like every day. So yeah, if somebody could have just freaking put a crack in my arm like the Liberty Belt, like Ricky Bobby off of Talladega Nights, I would have took him up on that. I can promise you that, without a doubt. I wouldn't even second guess it. That still would have been easier than even having to show up to do my exposure. So I say that also to say, like, if you're struggling with exposure, guys, don't feel down about it. Like, that is the hardest thing you can do, is to get in a vehicle feeling like you're about to seize out, stroke out, have a heart attack, and go to the grocery store anyways. When it comes down to health anxiety, and maybe that's what this video should be aimed for, is like people with health anxiety, you feel like you're dying or succumbing to these symptoms. It's not just uncomfortable for you. You feel like you're going to die from them. You feel like you are risking your life every single day doing simple things, or what used to be simple. Mowing the lawn, taking a walk. It got so bad for me, getting out of bed and my heart rate spiking up as if I had POTS or something. Like, seriously. And I didn't have that, mind you. It just, I'd get out of bed and my heart rate would spike up 130, 140 just casually, sometimes higher. Go outside, light hits you, stimulate you, because your eyes take in more light when you're constantly chronically anxious like I was. Taking in all this extra light, then it activates my vestibular system, which causes the vertigo and the dizziness and the lightheadedness, and then you feel like you're going to pass out at any moment the rest of the day or the afternoon. Heart rate always going fast. Tension all the time. Yeah, sometimes it's more severe pain in your chest. But even on a good day, there was always like a dull ache there. Just a little reminder that there could be something wrong there, which would always make me question things. Trying to figure out when to go to the doctor, when not to go to the doctor. Worrying about sleep. Am I going to get sleep? What's going to happen if I become too deprived? Realizing that if I'm not getting enough sleep, then my anxiety is going to be bad again tomorrow. So you're caught up in this vicious cycle. You're like basically addicted to checking your vitals all day. How fast is my heart? You're constantly trying to protect yourself, but in reality, you're imprisoning yourself. You are keeping the problem there by constantly checking, but it's such a habit, and it's a habit that can develop really, really quickly, like scanning and body scanning, like looking for things like lumps, bumps, moles, skin tags, checking your vitals, Googling things, going to Reddit groups, and your whole life becomes consumed. But the saddest part about it is like we are, especially if you have health anxiety, you're trying to survive, you want to live, you're scared of dying. But in reality, you're not living. So yeah, I would have let somebody just snap my arm in half. I know that sounds extreme, but I would have, to save me years of dealing with that. And that's the thing. People that don't have really bad anxiety, they don't get that. They'd be like, what the crap? But also, I get it. Like, well, then if you're so desperate to get out of this that somebody could snap your arm in half, why don't you go out and run or do this and do that, do this and do that? Because the symptoms are so horrible. They're so unbearable. The impending doom, feeling like you're going crazy, is sometimes worse than the physical pain. I dealt with a lot of pain from anxiety, and of course that wasn't great and everything like that, but I still think the adrenaline surges, like things like shakiness too, and the internal tremors and vibrations, the feeling like something is just going to happen, the impending doom, feeling like you're going crazy, the mental turmoil, just the sensations, the fast heart rate, all that kind of stuff, to me, and the panicky feeling, like that to me was worse than the actual physical pain part of it. So much more worse. So I don't know. I was talking to my wife the other day. I was trying to explain to her how bad it used to be for me. And I was like, I wish that there was somebody around just to punch me in the face, like to snap me out of it. Just hit me as hard as you can. It's still better than a panic attack. And that's crazy. I know it sounds nuts. But you know what? If I was saying this video to a bunch of people that did not have really bad anxiety, I'd feel kind of questionable about posting it because people think I'm stupid and crazy. But I think a lot of you guys will relate with this. Like, you'd want somebody to slap you silly, make you see birds circling around you if it would snap you out of it and make the rest of the day go good. That's why, it'll make you desperate to do whatever you can to get something fast to make it go away, because it is torturous. It is torturous. Impending doom, all the symptoms that I talked about, not getting sleep, and then guys, we have to work. We have to make money still. We have holidays and obligations. So guys, what I really want to end this video with is, yeah, I get it, like wanting to snap the arm or punch you in the face to make it go away, or I'd give all my money away or something like that. I understand it, right? But that's not going to be the way out. If you're going to overcome this 100%, if you're going to actually recover fully, there's going to be suffering in that recovery process, no doubt. You will suffer, and you will have to do your exposure, and you will have to hold yourself accountable. This isn't going to be like, just breathe through it. You're going to have to just like learn to relate. I mean, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just want you guys to know that you are going to suffer. Like that is part of the process. You're suffering anyways. avoiding. You're suffering by not, going to the store or not doing things with your kids or having to stay in your room all day. You're already suffering. What's a little bit more suffering, to, get towards your recovery goals or to get better? So push the limits on what you're doing, and also stop waiting. The symptoms or whatever fear you face is going to always be waiting for you tomorrow. It's always going to be there. So be urgent with trying to start the process. Don't be urgent for the results. Be urgent about starting the process. Anyways, I know this video is a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to, hopefully relate with some of you guys that are really struggling and you feel downright miserable and you feel awful and you feel like you're not living. You're not getting what you want out of this life, and I want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone in this. It is hard. It's the hardest thing I ever had to do. Start today, okay? Take a positive note from this video. Start today. Stop waiting. If you watch this far in the video, go down below. I will start today. I will start. Whatever you are most reluctant to do in this process, that's going to be what sets you free. Remember that. Whether that be exercise, driving, starting anything that you're reluctant to do is going to kickstart your whole process, okay? If you want more help, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp down in the description and in the first pinned comment. Check that out. Great program, helping a lot of people. If you want to be serious about this thing, get some structure, and you're more of like a step-by-step person, that's all for you. One time, no monthly thing, you get it for life, so check that out. Guys, I love you, and I got to get back to work. I got some more work to do today. It's hot, so wish me luck, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.